Hello everybody, we're a little late. The 14th of February has passed, but we had better things to do on our Valentine's Day than to stuff money into the ass of E.L. James. Unlike last time, we didn't
manage to sneak in to a movie theater.
So we have to watch it at home, totally legal, of course. We're expecting a hell of a movie.
Yes.
With a lot of things that we forgot happened in the second part, like Christian buying Anna's agency, like Anna's stupid boss, of course, trying to rape her, and Jose going way out of line.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I'm bored to death.
A lot of laziness, over repetitive.
It was nothing happening, basically. It's Christian and Anna having nothing in common, yet still being crazy about each other.
Just because you keep repeating something over and over and over again, it doesn't make it true. There's nothing there.
Oh my god, yeah, that's love. No, it isn't.
When you read the book, you had a bit of feeling that there was chemistry. You can't really feel anything going on the screen. Christian.
They actually tried to give Anna a personality. They gave her something besides Christian. They tried to give her a bit screen time with her actual job.
They try at least a bit to show what she's actually doing, which E.L. James always just innuends.
She stood up to him.
She was witty.
I guess in the books she also had like 2 or 3 sentences where we were like, oh, look, she can speak for herself after all. She had much more moments in the movie. All of their conversations just don't make any sense. You are mine. I'm kind of not entirely yours, but I'm giving you mixed signals here because I can.
They have quite a lot of conflict between them. Christian buys her entire company and she's a bit freaked out about it and asks him not to interfere in her career.
I run away because you spank me, and then I'm like, why don't you just stick silver balls up my ass and then you can spank me some more?
Don't give me $24,000 into my account that I haven't asked for. Those are valid points, but they don't deal with them at all. They just go over into flirty mode and then have sex, and then it's never brought up again. And suddenly it's okay.
At some point in the movie, I guess she even mentions it's not a relationship, it's ownership. There's a lot of conversation, but there's nothing said. It's really weird.
We get hit over the head 1,000 times, like what a good, amazing friend she is, how much she loves, what's her name? Kate, how much she loves Jose, and how many minutes was the film at? 114? And she doesn't appear before minute of 90, and that's lame. Basically, first thing that she does is visit his exhibition that Jose has. To her surprise, what does she find there? A couple of pictures of her face, massively magnified and staring at her from down the wall. There was 6 portrait shots. Jose is a professional photographer, and obviously he doesn't know anything about the law. I think it's kind of illegal to monetize on somebody's face without asking their permission.
Even without having read the books, I would be super pissed about the fact that he takes minutes, hours to blindfold her, to give her like handcuffs, to put something God knows where, and then to do it in the missionary position. I was annoyed to death by Christian's family that kept going on and on about how happy she makes Christian. They've been knowing each other for a couple of weeks, maximum. I don't think there's enough time to notice a big difference in Christian's behavior, and it's way out of line to go to someone and tell them, you've been so good for our child. We love that you're here. He texted Anna throughout the entire meeting like he did in the books and behaved like a 9-year-old when she didn't text back or when she texted back something he didn't like, and he would sit at the head of the biggest desk with people doing his job and he'd be like and then stare into the distance angrily like someone just stole his lunch.
What did we think of Elena, by the way?
She just comes across like a jealous mom friend. She doesn't have any personality, and from moment 1 she gives Anna the look like, if you get too close to Christian, I'm gonna kill you. Also, what didn't make sense? His helicopter crash, where he had been missing for 3 hours. It was a national news item. His whole family was there, and he comes home like, where's everyone here? First of all, we don't know either. Second of all, his mom goes like, why didn't you call? Mom, my fucking helicopter crashed. I don't believe my phone survived.
When Christian's mother comes into the room and overhears a part of conversation that makes her find out that her good friend Elena has obviously been sleeping with her underage child at that time. The mom comes in, she overhears half a sentence that wouldn't even prove that that happened. But she, of course, jumps to the right conclusion right away, and instead of at least showing a bit of confusion or asking or starting up a conversation or even an argument, she just says, get out of my house. And
After
that's
slapping
it.
her across the face. Her friend of, what, 50 years?
And she walks out and that's just it.
What did you think about the crazy girlfriend scene?
They washed over it here entirely. She's in the bedroom, creepily watching them. She's in Anna's apartment with a gun, seeming out of control. And Christian says, "Kneel." Christian says, "Ooh, good girl." And then she's gone again.
What did you think about Anna's response to Christian asking her about the entire situation?
There's this one scene where Christian drops to the knees in front of Anna just to stop the conflict that's going on at that very moment, because she's like, "Whoa, I saw her kneel in front of you. I saw you act as a dominant, and that really disturbed me." And instead of just talking this through and
Explaining.
he just ends the conversation by dropping to his knees and not moving. I think in the books he's not moving for quite a while, and she gets really scared. All right, there's a crazy person in my apartment, God knows how. She has a gun, she's pointing it at me, she's shouting at me, but it's so scary that my boyfriend says kneel and pats her head and asks me to get out of the room. Anna, honestly, get your facts straight. Kind of, not a big deal.
The movie did not cost 1 cent in production because it was entirely sponsored by Audi. So a bit Apple and Ben & Jerry's.